Hey guys, Nick on Linux is back. After looking on the internet and scrolling through proper walkthroughs, all I could find is the neglect on a tutorial for how to get Black Ops 2 Zombies running in Linux. I covered being able to play Black Ops 2 Zombies in one of my earlier videos using the Linux distribution called Arch. I picked this distro because I wanted the bleeding edge drivers and up-to-date packages which offer a competitive experience to other distros, as well as Windows. I first got my grounding in Ubuntu, but I went distro hopping for a couple of months, and Arch Linux is the one that stuck. Since then, I've been gaining knowledge on how the operating system works and how to navigate through it. With that being said, let's get into the tutorial. To get started guys, there's a couple more things before just downloading and playing Black Ops 2 on Linux. Let's just say you installed your first Linux operating system on that brand new or very old computer that's been lying around. In order to understand Linux well, you have to get used to the terminal. I personally like GUIs better, or GUIs, but not everything can be done in a pop-up menu or a configured window. With that being said, installing Wine would be a first good step. It doesn't matter which custom Wine build you choose, as long as it does what it needs to do. Wine is an acronym that stands for Wine is not an emulator, which it isn't. It's more of a compatibility layer between Microsoft Windows and Linux. Wine allows people on Linux to mostly use Windows-based programs that aren't specifically available. In Arch, you would want to type in sudo pacman -S wine. Or you could type in wine staging and include Winetricks as well, which can be done with sudo pacman -S, capital S. You don't want to do a lowercase s or the command won't work properly. And then type in Winetricks. In Debian-based distributions, you'll want to follow the instructions in the Wine HQ link provided in the description below. So this is going to be the website that you would want to go to if you're on Ubuntu or a Debian distribution such as Pop! OS, which is just one of the popular ones. I mean, there's a bunch out there, but just go to Ubuntu and you would follow this guide to the letter. I used to do this before, but then I switched to Arch, and doing it on Arch is just much easier. So, after you installed Wine, you'll want to go ahead and do Winetricks. I know I've mentioned this for Arch, but with Debian distributions, you would need to type in sudo apt install Winetricks. And with Arch, I'm not going to get into the updated Git versions provided in the AUR, since it's not necessary to run Black Ops 2 with them. You should be able to confirm Wine by checking with Wine version. And if I'm not mistaken, you're able to do that in both Arch and Debian-based distributions. When that's out of the way, you'll then need to install Lutris. So with the terminal, you can do sudo pacman -capital S Lutris, which I have a link down in the description just in case if you want to install it from the website. Lutris provides their downloads for each distribution. So let's get that pulled up. Lutris download. So this will be the website if you were looking to download Lutris and not have to type it in the terminal. You could just copy and paste. So for Ubuntu and Debian-based distributions, you would need to follow this right here. You would want to add the PPA first, and then do sudo apt update, and then sudo apt install Lutris. In your standard Ubuntu, adding the PPA in this, then installing it should work. For some certain distributions, they should have a package manager. Moving on, as of when this video is made, Lutris is at version 0.5.9.1, which allows for the Steam Wine as a runner. So when you open up Lutris, it's going to start with that. And this is WineSteam. WineSteam is very important to run Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies. I'll show you where you can download the correct version if it's updated and you're unable to download this Lutris version, because I have seen that when they the new updated versions, they got rid of WineSteam. So in order to actually download a specific version of Lutris, you'd want to go ahead and open up any web browser, type in Lutris, go to their download page and scroll all the way to the bottom, and they have it as a tar package, which is usually just like a Linux version of zip. Or you can go to this website right here that I've just highlighted. And all of this will be down in the description. So this is the GitHub page for Lutris. So what you'd want to do to download a specific version is you want to go to tags and then go to 0.5.91. And then once you're on this specific page, you'd go to code and you download the zip. And then once you've downloaded the zip, you can open it up. You want to go ahead and open up that page. And once you do, it should be right here, or this one. You'd want to extract it however which way with whatever program you want to. Usually I use Arc, which comes with Plasma, KDE Plasma. That's my desktop operating system. So once you've done that, you'd want to extract it, and it would give you a folder that says Lutris. So this is what the folder would look like. And going back to the page, once you go back to the page, you can run this command. You don't actually need to install Lutris to run it. You can just go to your terminal. You can go cd, and then you'd want to go to home, your username, which mine is Nick, and then capital D, downloads, and then go to the folder that I've just extracted. It could be, let's see here. Once you extract this folder, it should be Lutris. Lutris should be the folder you should be cd intoing. You want to do downloads Lutris, and then you would run /bin /Lutris, and then you would do -d. And then once you run that command, it should open up Lutris. So once you've got that installed, once Lutris is all finished and installed, you're going to want to go ahead and get onto the Winetricks part. So once you have Winetricks installed, you're going to want to go ahead and open it. And you can do this from the menu, or you can go back into the terminal and type in Winetricks, and it should open for both distros, either Arch or Ubuntu. So you're going to want to go ahead and select the default prefix, and you're going to want to go ahead and install Windows DLL or component. Just go ahead and click on that. Okay. So when this pops up, so starting from the top, you don't really need CMD. I just have that because I like typing in .exe on the Windows terminal that it gives you. You're going to want to go ahead and install this. You're going to want to go ahead and install D3D compiler _42 and 43. Then you're going to want to go ahead and install these three that are listed here. D3DX9, .NET 40, And then you keep scrolling, and then this is essential to Wine Gaming, DXVK. Then keep scrolling. You'll also want to download VKD3D. If you don't have it, that's fine. You just like to be sure. And then you'll also want to download Zinput, which is enabling Xbox controller support. Then once you have all those downloaded, it should take a while. The menu should go away and pop up, and then go away and pop up again. It takes a while to download most of those components. And when that's done, you're going to want to go ahead and open up the terminal one more time. And just to make sure, on the Arch side, you're going to want to go ahead and install sudo pacman-s lib32-libpulse. And when this command is typed into the terminal, you're going to want to go ahead and press enter, and you would click yes. And I've already installed it, so I'm already good to go. And when I was first trying to figure out how to run the game, I ran into a roadblock because I couldn't hear sound out of the game. So this should allow sound for the game when you use it through Weinstein with Lutris. Okay, then the next step is opening up Lutris, wait for it to load, and then going to the three little dots. They should either be horizontal or vertical, and then go to preferences. After clicking on preferences, you're going to want to click on runners, and then scroll all the way down until you see Weinstein. And then there should be an install button right here, kind of like this symbol. And you're going to want to go ahead and install Weinstein. Seeing all the advancements made in Linux, Steam has forked Wine for their own project called Proton. With the Steam crafted specifically for Linux, using the latest Proton for Black Ops 2 Zombies won't work, but the Windows version does after some tweaking. So that's why you'd want to go ahead and follow these steps here. I have seen in ProtonDB, which is a site that evaluates the compatibility of games with Linux, usually around Steam, but it also offers methods for games that do not work in Steam. Like, for instance, if a game doesn't work in Steam, there's obviously someone who's pasted a comment that says use Lutris, or they found a workaround around it. So what you want to do is you type in Proton DB Black Ops 2 Zombies. And it should be this page here. So I've already posted steps for how to play it. So if you follow this step as well as this video, you'll be able to play Black Ops 2 Zombies in Linux. And the next step, one of the most important steps, is making sure that you have the right drivers. You're going to want to go ahead and click on this link that's provided here, which will also be in the description. And depending on what Linux operating system you have, you'll want to follow these steps. For Arch, go ahead and enable multilib32 support. And the way you basically do this is you would want to use the terminal. Make sure we have this all sorted out. Copy this, and it should be sudo nano /etc/pacman.conf. And usually the way that things work is that you would want to uncomment one of these hashtags, which means deleting them. So you would want to scroll down all the way down. Until you see this. Now I've uncommented both. etc pacman.d mirrorless, core and extra, because I feel a little extra and I just wanted to. And then after doing that, make sure on whatever distro or operating system you're using, you want to go ahead and upgrade the system repeatedly after each command. So sudo pacman syu you would want to hit OK. And for Ubuntu distributions or Debian based distributions, you'd want to type in sudo apt update/upgrade. It could work either way. Update just basically updates the packages that you have, and upgrading is upgrading the full system. After that's done, this is for NVIDIA, this is for AMD, this is for Intel. And to make sure that you have this as well. This is the commands that you'd want to type in to the terminal for Ubuntu and other Ubuntu derivatives. So, after doing all of those steps, there is still more. It takes a while to actually be able to play this game, but for me, it's worth it because I absolutely love Linux. I love playing Linux and all the games, and for some applications, they do run faster, and I just love how it's open sourced. So, after those steps, you're going to want to go ahead and go to Weinstein. Now, I've already created a preset for Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies, but just for instance, you'd want to go ahead and click this plus button here, which would pull up something like this, and you'd want to type in the name of the game, like Black Ops 2 Zombies. The application ID is the Steam app ID, and you could find that by opening up any browser and typing in Steam app ID for Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies, and this would be the number that you'd want to type in. Now, any of this stuff I don't really change because it kind of auto does that. I wouldn't change any of that stuff. This is where it really matters. This is the stuff that you would want to change, some of these things at least. And I'll show you my configuration that I have set for Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies. So this is my custom preset that I've already made. You've got your identifier, which is the Steam app ID, which is 212910. You've got Weinstein as the runner, you've got your name. And this is just an image for the game. I just leave it blank because I haven't changed it. This is just empty, and I would leave this part blank because honestly, it doesn't do anything for me. Now, these are the parts that you should be worried about and want to change. Your wine version, this should be system or default, and it doesn't really matter which wine version you use as long as it's pretty recent. I mean, any wine version should really be able to run it, but you'd usually want to stick to your system or default wine, and then use system Winetricks, enable DXVK, enable VK D3D, don't enable D3D extras, and don't enable DXVK and VAPI/DLSS. And depending on what kernel or wine version or you have, you'd want to go ahead and enable fsync or esync. And just for fun, I threw on FSR, but it doesn't really do anything for me. And then you'd want to go to system options next. I have these checked. They should automatically be checked, but if they aren't, you'd want to go ahead and check them. And I just check this to make the sound quality, and well, it's not really sound quality, but it reduces the latency of the sound, so it makes it sound like it's actually happening, which is kind of dumb to say. But then you'd want to go to your Vulkan ICD loader, and since I have a NVIDIA graphics card, it's going to be NVIDIA ICD, or it could say AMD or Intel. But go ahead and check off that. And if you have game mode, it makes games run better. I find that if you could just type it in for Arch sudo apt install, sudo pacman -s game mode, which I already have it, but usually that would install it for Arch. I think for Ubuntu, you'd be able to install it by adding a PPA to your system and then installing it from there. But it's not really necessary. You don't really need game mode to run this game per se. It just makes it run better. I feel like I run every application or game with game mode, and I've seen a pretty noticeable difference. And once all of that's done, there's one more guide in case it fails. You want to go ahead and type in install 2 zombies in Linux. And there should be this page right here. And this page will be linked in the description. But this is how you would also want to set up that preset that I just showed you. Now, I don't think I've added those environment variables, but if you want to, just to make sure that everything works, you can go ahead and do that. I find that this part is really important. After doing everything that we just did, this is probably the last step that you'd want to go ahead and do. So you'd want to go ahead and select the default wine prefix from Lutris. You'd want to go ahead and you'd want to click on Winetricks. And if you get an error that says anything, just clicking on OK would make it go away. Select the default wine prefix, install Windows DLL. And for this game, you'd want to go ahead and install the D3D DX11 42 43, this one, .NET 40, GFW, MSASN1, VC Run 2008 and VC Run 2012, Zact, Zact64, and Zinput. Once those are installed, going to wine config, and just making sure that your Windows version is set to Windows 7. And checking your libraries and making sure that CSMT is enabled. After all those are done and every single step, this is what the end result should look like. you would be able to click on this, and usually it would take time to download the game. It wouldn't launch it right away. But since I already downloaded it, it's gonna launch it. And this is what it should look like. Not exactly. I mean, when I first downloaded it, I had to go into options and settings and change my resolution. If per chance your screen starts to flicker and you barely see things from time to time, you'd want to make sure you know where the screen resolution is. I had a case where when I started this, my screen was flickering really badly and I wasn't able to see anything. I was able to somehow with my controller go to options very slowly, go to settings, and when you change the resolution, that should fix that problem. And I've made sure that all my settings are way up since I have an RTX 2060, and it should be no problem. But once you click online, go to public match, usually way before this part with Steam Proton, this wouldn't be able to open. Usually the game would crash when you click on public match or even get to online. And for this part, guys, I'm just gonna let you enjoy me playing for the first couple of rounds. So guys, just for now, as you can see, that Black Ops 2 Zombies is working. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of people that play it nowadays, but I was able to get into some online matches when people were actually playing the game. As far as that goes, once you get into a public match with the game, it should be a little laggy depending on your internet connection, but other than that, it should run just like it would on Windows. Now, depending on your Wine version, it can be a little stuttery, and there should be some high frame times. That's just because that the shader is caching, And that usually happens in the first couple of minutes of when the game starts, and that should go away the longer you get into the game. As far as that goes, guys, that is how you play Black Ops 2 Zombies in Linux. It is a lot of steps and a lot of work to do, but once you get it done, as soon as you open up Linux and click on that preset, it automatically just boots to the game, depending on how fast your system runs. There is a guide for installing an Xbox 360 controller emulator, such as xboxdrv. I use a PS4 controller, and this program, whenever I am not playing a Steam game, what it does is basically it takes the inputs of your DS4 controller or whatever controller you have, and it emulates an Xbox 360 controller. Now I've set up this little program on my desktop based on this command that I'll show you. This is the command that I've written. Well, I didn't write it. I took it from the website. I took it online. This is a command that you would want to type in to terminal. I'm pretty sure it should work with both OSs, Arch and Ubuntu. Once you type this in, this would be the result that you should get. And since I'm using the Plasma desktop, I just made it easier. I created a custom little application launcher, and this is the command that I've used. It's basically what I just showed you in that little notepad, but at the end, it has a cash sign and shell all capitalized to keep the program running. But basically, that's it for this video, guys. If you liked it, please hit the subscribe button and hit the like button as well. And if you have any more video comments or questions or any ideas, you can go ahead and comment that below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.